Hi everyone, and welcome back to Bricks by B. Every city needs a way to move people around. Roads are great, but if you really want a city to feel alive, you need public transportation. And today, my Lego city is taking a big step in that direction with its very first monorail station. Now, if you've been watching the channel, you've probably caught a few quick glimpses of the track running around the room. But this is really your first proper introduction to the monorail system, and I'm excited to finally start showing you more of it. Today's video is all about the station, but don't worry, we'll take a full trip around the entire monorail line in a future video. I've been looking forward to making that one for a long time. Before we get into the build, I want to talk a little about the design. The biggest inspiration for the station came from one of my favorite Lego sets ever made, the classic 6990 Futuron Monorail. I've always loved the clean white, black, and blue color palette. It's simple, it's futuristic, and somehow it still looks just as good today as it did all those years ago. I didn't want to recreate the original station brick for brick. Instead, I wanted to capture the same feeling while designing something that fit naturally into a modern Lego city. Hopefully, if you're familiar with that set, you'll notice the inspiration immediately. And if you're not, well, maybe this video will convince you to go look it up. Like almost every custom project in my city, this one starts with a Mills plate. At this point, I honestly don't think I could build a city any other way. The strength is great, but the real advantage is flexibility. Because if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you've probably noticed one thing. I change my mind. A lot. I'll build something, step back across the room, stare at it for 5 minutes, then tear half of it apart and start over. Sometimes that's frustrating. Most of the time it's worth it. This station was no different. As the structure started going together, I kept asking myself one question. Does this actually feel like it belongs here? Not. Does it look cool? Not. Did I use enough pieces? Just, does it feel like it's always been part of the city? That's really become my design philosophy. Every custom build should look like it belongs with everything around it. One thing I wanted to avoid was making the station feel too bulky. Since it's elevated, I wanted plenty of open space underneath so you could still see the streets and buildings below. The monorail should enhance the city, not hide it. As more details started going on, it finally reached that stage where it stopped looking like random bricks and started looking like an actual station. That's always my favorite part of any build. Everything suddenly clicks. You stop seeing individual Lego pieces and start seeing a building. Of course, it didn't take long before I started thinking about changing it again. The station isn't even finished, and I'm already kicking around ideas for adding a third floor, maybe a rooftop observation deck, maybe another platform, maybe something completely different. Who knows? If you've been following the channel, you know that's pretty much how every project goes. Nothing ever stays finished for very long, and honestly, I kind of like it that way. Building a city isn't about checking a project off a list and never touching it again. It's about letting the city evolve. One idea leads to another. One building changes the next. And before you know it, a simple station project has you redesigning an entire block. That's actually what happened here. As I was building the station, I started thinking about how people would get to it. Where would the sidewalks connect? Should there be crosswalks nearby? Would another building work better on this side of the street? Should I move something to make the station feel more accessible? It's funny how one project can completely change the plans for everything around it. That's why I enjoy building a city so much more than just building individual Lego sets. Everything has a purpose, everything connects, and every decision affects the next one. I don't think this city will ever really be finished, and honestly, I hope it never is. There's always another idea, always another improvement, always another reason to pick up a few more bricks. Now that the station is complete, I think it finally gives a monorail system the home it deserves. Instead of just having trains running overhead, it finally feels like a real part of the city. And this is really only the beginning. Coming up next, We'll finally be building the Ghostbusters Firehouse headquarters, which has been one of my most anticipated projects for a long time. After that, we'll be adding the downtown diner, and I think that's going to bring a completely different personality to this side of the city. I'm also planning to relocate Avengers Tower. The more the city grows, the more I realize there's a better location for it. And moving one building usually opens a door for 3 more improvements. That's become pretty normal around here. Nothing is permanent. Everything can evolve. And that's exactly what makes this hobby so much fun. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave a like and consider subscribing. There are still plenty of custom projects ahead. A full monorail tour is coming soon, and this city is only getting started. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time, here on Bricks by B.